So today we're going to describe an enlargement, and we're going to do this on a grid. So describe fully the single transformation that maps shape A to shape B. Same standard question across the board we've been having in the past. So step one, determine the type of transformation. Well, the only transformation that changes its size is going to be our enlargement. So right away, we can get one of those easy marks by just writing enlargement. Now, step two, write down the links of the sides on the diagram. We don't always need all of them, but it can be helpful just to check. So we're going to write all of our links down. So that's one, that's three. If we go up to and over a half, here we're going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So we could just talk about our height, because that's something we talk about in triangles. We can talk about our height being 6 here, and here being 2, right? Because we don't always have to talk about the actual side lengths, but as long as we have measurements. So I'm just going to leave it right there and not over complicate things. So anytime we're finding our scale factor, and we'll use this actually when we talk about congruence and similarity, we want to do your scale factor is equal to a measurement in your new shape, and you want to divide it by the same corresponding measurement in your old or original shape. So I always try and tell people if they're confused, label your new and your old, right? Your new is always going to be what it transforms into, right? So we're going to from A to B. So we do new over old to calculate. And so here it's pretty easy. We can see 3 over 1, or which is the same as 6 over 2, which we can simply write as 3. So at the end, we'd say enlargement with SF, or scale factor, equal 3. Okay, so nice, easy, 2 marks. The third mark we'll get when we actually include a center. Center will get our next and final mark, but we'll get to those in a video or two. So here, we have another example. Describe fully the single transformation that maps C to D. So we are trying to go C to D. That means D is going to be our new, and C will be our old, original, whichever you'd like to call it. I typically change between them when I'm talking. So here, let's label our sides. Down the left side here, we have 2. Here we have 1. Here we have 2. And here we have 4. So some of you might be able to just readily see what the scale factor is, and that's fine. But if you don't, all we're going to do is your scale factor is equal to a length in your new over your old. So we have our new, which is 4, our old, which is 2, or original, and that's going to simplify to 2. So we could say enlargement. Make sure you say enlargement, even though you say, well, hey, it's close enough. I said it got bigger. You must use the words enlargement by scale factor 2. Okay, so now that you've kind of gotten the idea, here's 3 practice questions for you to try. At this point, pause your video. When you're ready to go through the answers, please press play. Hi, welcome back. So let's go through these answers about how to describe fully the transformation that maps shape A to shape B. So we know that we're doing enlargements right now. So I'm just going to say that, hey, we're enlarging for each of these shapes. And keep in mind, even if it gets smaller, we still called it enlargement, but we will deal with those later. I just want to stress that right now. So we're going A to B, so we can start to put some units on some of our measurements. Like I said, you do not have to do them all. I'm just going to pick a couple out of each and work with those. Make sure when you're labeling them, you label them correctly. So for our first one, our new is our B, our old is our A. So we're going to do a measurement in our new, which is 6, and its corresponding is 3, which is 2. So enlargement, and we're going to just say SF equals 2. Next one down on to the right, we're looking at 2 triangles. So I'm just going to look at our base measurements of each. So here's 2. Now here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6. So our scale factor is our new over original, new over old. So we have 6 over 2, which is going to reduce to 3. So we have an enlargement with a scale factor of 3. And lastly, we have 3 shapes on here. So first, what does the question ask? Always read the question. Don't Sometimes they're going to try and confuse you by giving you too much information. So we're looking for A to B. So right away, we can cross out C and just ignore it, get rid of the information on a question you don't need. So how do we go from A to B? Well, here our bottom's 1, here our base is 2. So we know that our scale factor is simply 2 divided by 1, which is 2. And you do not have to show your math there, but if you ever make a mistake, it can help retain some marks. All right, so that is enlarging on a grid, or describing your transformations on a grid. Next one, we will start working with centers of enlargement.